Hello, good evening. I am jumping in to do a quick look at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, their human design charts, as well as the composite charts, putting the two charts together. And so if you're not familiar with human design, trust me, it's a joy. It's a fun ride. And so what human design is, it is a synthesis of all of these ancient technologies put together over the last 40 years in order to come to an awareness of how each and every one of us were designed to be. And so it combines astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Jewish Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and the Hindu chakra system. And so these things work together to create this powerful chart that we can look at to understand who we are and who we're designed to be. So we'll get into it. I want to show you their chart. Let me recast this so you can see what I see. And if you are joining in from wherever you are in the world, if you want to just put it in the chat. I can't see you because I'm broadcasting from Zoom, but I'm going to go back and watch the replay, and I absolutely want to know who's here. All right, there's our chart. And you all should be able to see this. So I'm not going to do this too long, even though their charts are super interesting, but here you go. All right, let's dive into it. So what you see before you are what are called body graphs in human design. One for Prince Harry, the other for Meghan Markle. And I'll talk about each individually, and then I will show the next slide that shows the composite of what the charts look like when they are put together. And so a couple things to note. All of the color that you see on the screen are energy. Anywhere we have color in our own chart means that we have energy consistently flowing. So for example, in this area, which is referred to as the mind in human design, people that have a defined or colored in mind tend to have like processing their own thoughts, their own ideas, consistent way of thinking about things, their own path of doing or processing information, okay? And people that don't have the defined or colored in centers in the mind, for example, they have more flexibility and they're more susceptible to another person's energy. And they can be, they're more free thinkers, right? And so just want to give you a brief background before we dive in. All right, so first of all, Prince Henry is a manifesting generator, and this means he has a tremendous amount of energy, as we saw, with him growing up and being in the military and serving, as well as all of the fun things that he got into quite often, right? Additionally, what I want to point out is that he's a 1-3 profile in human design. And what that means is that he has an energy of investigation, meaning he loves to like look at things or learn about things, research things. And if you can recall, like if you watch the documentary, that was perfect. And his trips to Africa or meeting individuals and really learning about their lives. That's all part of the investigative nature that Prince Harry has. He also is a 3-line, which is a martyr. And this doesn't mean the traditional English martyr. It actually means that he has the energy of someone who loves to experiment in life, right? So he might do this one thing at this one time and then do another thing at another time and be really interested in constantly needing to spice up his life. And so as a 1-3, all of the adventures that occurred for Prince Harry over his life make a lot of sense. All right, so taking a look, I want to jump to his 3 channels. And what channels are in human design, you can see there are places in the chart where he's got one number that's colored in or defined, And in the same pathway, he's got another number that is colored in and defined. And those two numbers are called gates, and they create, when they're in one pathway, they make a channel, and that channel is like supercharged energy, which in turn lights up their respective centers that they're attached to. So for Prince Harry, he has this channel here, which has the nickname of the Jack of all trades. So Prince Harry has the capability of really doing anything that he wanted to do. He might have interest in fixing helicopters. He might have interest in creating nonprofits and supporting in that role. And so all of these different interests, he has the ability to do relatively well. And it's an important part of his natural flow in life. Okay. He also has one of my favorite channels. This is called the Channel of Intimacy. And this indicates a desire, a deep need for closeness, right? This is intimacy in his friendships, obviously intimacy in his relationship with Meghan or whomever, or the closeness that he may have had with his mother, Princess Diana. And last but not least, he has the channel of perfected form. This channel is really interesting, and I saved this one for last on purpose because it connects to, and all the gates are powerful, but these two are really, really interesting. So gate 57 is said to be the most intuitive gate in all of human design. It's called the gate of the gentle. You know, in Christian terms, the Holy Spirit can be referred to as that still gentle voice, right? That soft voice that is sharing deep intuition. And it's not even something that we can plan. We just hear it and we know, oh, I'm meant to go do this. I'm meant to go do that. All right. And so that gate connects to his gate 10, which is the gate of the behavior of the self. And so this is about self movement through life, right? How do I move here? Should I be in this place, right? And so there is an awareness of self that is really heightened, and this heightened awareness is directly connected to his intuition. And so this has always been with him, right? These channels have always been with him. And so in essence, he's always done things in life that have been directed by his intuition. And by his connection to his intuition, he has been able to make some really powerful choices that has resulted in him really creating and carving out a life that he wants to live. And so I think that's so interesting. But wait, when we put the two charts together, how all of this comes together. So we've got Meghan over here. Meghan Markle, she has two channels. One of her channels is the channel of curiosity. And this one is really fun. This channel of curiosity combines the gate of ideas as well as the gate of the wanderer or the storyteller. And together, this channel is really about having this powerful view that of ideas flowing constantly and bringing stories to the collective and allowing our young to thrive and grow based off of the stories that are shared. And so when you reflect and think about Meghan's career as an actress, this makes a lot of sense. There are so many movie personalities, movie stars, screenwriters. So many people have this particular channel or part of this channel that are in the TV movie Hollywood, so to speak. Yeah. And so the next channel, the second channel that she has is called the channel of the beat. And so this also is really interesting. This is directed energy power from her battery, which as a generator, all generators have this. And by the way, if you're like, oh my God, this is interesting, I would love to know more, please feel free to put in the chat class. I just taught a free intro to human design class yesterday. I'm happy to just email you a link to the class and you can learn all about what it is I'm actually talking about. And so what these colors are, what these centers mean, you can learn all about it. So feel free to just type in the chat class and I will message you and send you I will get your email and email you the class. All right, so connected to the sacral, which is the battery in human design, connecting that to her identity, this channel, the channel of the beat, is this self-directed flow that usually when people have this particular channel, it's this deeply aware energy that directs their path, right? It's a very specific path that people can take in order to find their natural flow and success. So it's really interesting that those are her too. Okay, so let's take a look at their composite charts. All right, so this is the composite. Here we have Prince Harry over here, and we've got Meghan Markle over here. And when we put their charts together, Prince Henry is in green, Meghan's gates are in blue, and we can see what occurs, right? And just a brief synopsis of why this is even important and why you should care or anyone should care. Any relationship that you have, it could be partners, it could be parent-child, it could be co-workers, it could be best friends for life. All of our partnerships are naturally connecting via a term called electromagnetics. And so the energy that I have in one part of me and the energy that somebody else has in another part of them in their chart, if I have one gate and the other person has another gate, then we create a channel together. And I know you all have had the experience of being someplace, right, and doing something, or maybe you're meeting somebody for the first time and you're talking to them and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I've known you forever. You're so interesting, right? Maybe that's how you and your spouse met, right? That when you actually break down and look at your charts together, most likely you have multiple channels that are connected. And this is what we're going to look at for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. There's a couple that I want to note. And again, I'm just pretty floored about how connected they are. And having watched the documentary on Netflix and then going back and just like, oh, what do their charts look like? And then creating their charts and then seeing this, I was like, oh, okay, got it. So Prince Harry, if you remember, Meghan has that full channel of curiosity here. Prince Harry also has gate 11, which is part of this channel. And so it's called a compromise channel, but nonetheless, what it means is that Harry is fed by the energy of the other part of the channel that Meghan has, right? There's a constant flow and ideas and stories that get to be shared. And when you watch the documentary and you see them, how they communicate, how they talk, how engaged they both are in each other's story or in each other's version of the story, it's really heartwarming. Next, I want to show you that they make the 8-1 channel, which is called the channel of inspiration. The channel of inspiration connects their truest essence, the first gate in human design, which is self-expression, and brings the self-expression out to the world. And it's a channel of leadership, but it is not a channel that is actually asking to be seen per se. It's together they make a channel that's like, we enjoy being inspiration and transformation to each other, and we believe in what we have to share with each other. We believe in the flow, and as a result, they then in turn inspire others. And I know it's a bit controversial, but many of us were inspired by their departure from the royal family and moving to America so they could live their lives. That spoke to so many people. And because of that move, and it's also seen here down in there in the channel of the beat that Harry also contributes to Meghan's channel as well, of having the energy to create and forge a path on your own that is for you in order to find individual success. And these two channels that they create today, or that they create together, are individual channels, or channels of individuality. And what this means in human design terms is that together they are designed to be an inspiration to so many, right? And not because they're like, oh, look at me, I'll be in front. They simply are designed to do it and forge their own path, and as a result, be inspiring. All right, one other place that I wanted to note is this other channel that they create. It's called the channel of surrender, right? And it combines the ability to embody the energy of whatever it is that they're passionate about, right? And understand that thing through and through, as well as reflection on the past. And so you see in the documentary this reflection that goes back into the past, and all these beautiful lines that are drawn as far as like the things that were working and the things that weren't working in their lives, right? And the result was just this beautiful experience in the documentary. And so that is pretty much what I want to say. I could get into their incarnation crosses, and Prince Harry it's called the right angle cross of Eden. And what the incarnation cross is this dominant energy that every one of us has, right? It is what we were born into this life with, but also what we're stepping into. Like, it has an energy of destiny, but it's like how we've always shown up. And it's really about 70% of our like energetic flow. And his is called Eden, the right angle cross of Eden. And part of the design is around a lot of emotion, him having life experiences that are filled with a lot of emotion, and having a need to seek out things that create emotional depth. And then you've got Meghan, who has the left angle cross of refinement. And this is also really, really interesting. It's an incarnation cross of awareness as well as sensitivity, and a desire to leave the spaces, like physical spaces, but also like spaces of the heart, more beautiful than how she found them. And so I think that's really special. And so I think that concludes what I wanted to share about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I hope this was helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you all again on another live. I will do this again. I also wanted to mention that I have a 3-day event that is a deep dive into your own individual human design chart. It's called Soul Blueprint Live, and it is a powerful, powerful synthesis of not only your design, but also your spiritual gifts, which we all have, as well as your truest desires, right? And once you connect to those things, you're able to step powerfully into the world and be unapologetic about what you actually want in life. When people have this understanding about what it is that they really want in life, they're able to create some of their best work and truly leave a legacy. I will show you the flyer. There you go. Soul Blueprint Live. It is January 13th through the 15th. You're able to register. I will leave the link in the chat so you can just click on it. I do not believe in gatekeeping information. I believe in access for all. And so it is priced at an affordable pricing at $97, or VIP access that includes a lot and also the replays for $194. And you'll see, like I said, the registration link in the chat. This is Friday, January 13th through Sunday, January 15th. These are full day experiences because, like I said, it is a deep dive into your chart. I absolutely love to share this. This is my 4th time doing this event, and every single time it is so transformative and it's such an honor. I'll also post a link to a YouTube video of testimonials from the event. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. And I just had so much fun. This was so much fun. I will definitely be doing this again. All right, have a beautiful evening. Bye.